ورجعنا لكم من الفاصل وبنرحب بمعالي سفير دولة سيراليون السيد السفير صادق سيلا. أهلا بحضرتك يا فندم في البرنامج.
Thank you very much for welcoming me.
سيادة السفير، كتير من المشاهدين ما يعرفوش معلومات كافية عن دولة سيراليون. ممكن حضرتك تدينا ملخص عن مواردها الاقتصادية والفرص الواعدة اللي موجودة هناك؟
Thank you very much. I'm humbled to be here and thanks for inviting me. My country is Sierra It's a small country on the west coast of Africa, and it's rich in both natural and mineral resources, and it has several promising economic sectors that contribute to its development and growth. Key among these natural resources are agricultural resources. We're very good in rice, palm oil, cassava, corn, cocoa, and we go down to coffee. Our forest reserves are good. Our tourism, we have natural beaches, everything. And we have coastal lines. We have the fish, the potentials there.
That's a lot of potentials actually.
For fish. We have also potentials for minerals, gold, diamond, bauxite, rutile, iron ore. So there are a lot of...
طيب معالي سفير، ايه هي أهم الخطط اللي وضعتها حكومة حضرتك لتطوير البنية التحتية والجذب استثمارات فعلية في الدولة من القارة الإفريقية؟
Like I said, the promising economic sectors in our country is agriculture, tourism, mining, renewable energy, infrastructure development, ITC, information technology, and this. And the government of Sierra Leone has put some tangible strategies together to ensure that we harness these potentials. So we try to create an enabling environment. We have some regulatory systems that could match with applicable laws internationally. We have investment incentives, and we are now open to real negotiations with real meaningful partners.
معالي السفير، في مشاريع كتيرة بالتأكيد مدعومة بشكل أكبر من الدولة من غيرها. ممكن بليز تشاركنا جزء منهم؟
Like you said, that's very correct. Because in our country, currently as I speak to you, we have our 5 game changer agenda, which speaks to the SDGs, and we're all targeting 2030, globally. Yeah. We're targeting that, but we have our 5 sets game changers, as we call it, and one of it is Feed Sierra Leone. So therefore, we prioritize agriculture, food security is highly prioritized. So government is putting a lot of funding into that. We prioritize education, free education for school-going kids, and we are targeting women in particular, and we are targeting the STEM courses, the sciences. So government is spending a lot of money into that. Government is spending in infrastructure such as airports. We just did our brand new airports. We have one of the good-looking airports in the south.
بالنسبة للاستراتيجية المتشعبة جدا دي في مشاريع عدة في وقت مش طويل، أحب أعرف من حضرتك إيه هي يعني الفعاليات اللي الحكومة أخذتها والخطوات اللي الحكومة سيادتك أخذتها علشان تأمن بيئة ريادة أعمال مريحة للمستثمر.
Okay. What we try to do here, like we said, we try to put the infrastructural development that goes with, business will strive in an environment that you have good roads, you have electricity, you have water supply, you have tax incentives, you have to ensure that, you have investment promotions that you have to give, you have to support, you also have to have the legal frameworks set out. You can even go into various types of discussions. I still emphasize on that, because going into various types of discussions with the people, for example, you can be sector specific, So this is what exactly we want to do as a government, and we're looking for this right type of investor, and it has to be a win-win situation.
هل ممكن حضرتك تقول لنا عن احد اهم يعني اولى واهم الاولويات الاستثماريه الموجوده حاليا الحكومه بنفسها مهتمه بيها؟
Agriculture, renewable energy.
اوكي. مصر وسيراليون عندهم علاقات تاريخيه قويه جدا جدا، وفي بروتوكولات اوريدي موقعه من فترات طويله وتجدد طبعا بالفعل بين الطرفين، وده بيدعم الاقتصاد السيراليوني وبالتالي المصري طبعا. ممكن حضرتك تقول لنا اكتر عن الموضوع ده؟
The relationship between Sierra Leone and Egypt spans before even the independence of both nations, because the leaders by them of both nations belong to this set of Africans who have the mentality that we must fight for independence. And so Prime Minister Mete Maga of Sierra Leone and President Gamal Abdel Nasser of Egypt had a very good relationship, and since that time, and in Sierra Leone, for instance, Egypt is one of the oldest established embassy in Sierra Leone, and Egypt did not leave Sierra Leone even when we had a civil war. So we're very proud of that. We're very cautious about that, and we have Egyptians that are living in Sierra Leone who are now like Sierra Leonean citizens. So we have good relationships. So that necessitated a lot of cooperation between the government of Sierra Leone and government of Egypt, dated back. All our generals before the 70s or early 70s were all trained in Egypt. And we have a lot of military, trade, diplomatic. Our diplomatic academy in Sierra Leone is based on the Egyptian model exactly, and Egypt is supportive of that mission. You come to our peace and reconciliation. The CCCPA here in Egypt is playing a mentoring role to our baby institution for peace and reconciliation in Sierra Leone. So we have a lot of good involvement, and we continue like that. In the health sector, when we had Ebola, Egypt was one of the nations that assisted.
معالي السفير، حضرتك عايش معانا واكيد شايف كويس جدا رؤيه مصر 2030 والخطوات الجاده اللي احنا بناخدها. ازاي حضرتك شايف ان الرؤيه والمخطط الاستراتيجي ل 2030 بيدعم افريقيا، وايه هي الاستفاده اللي دوله حضرتك ممكن تستفيد منها ونتعاون فيها سوا؟
You know, all our visions 2030 are drawn from the SDGs, the global concept. So each country just have what they prioritize as number one and number two. So the similarities exist between what Egypt wants to achieve and what Sierra Leone wants to achieve. So it's just depending on how you rank them. For instance, Egypt, as you can see now, President Fattah Sisi is focusing on the infrastructure.
Of course.
That's the priority number one. You see the new capital coming up and everything. In Sierra Leone, our priority number one is agriculture, then education, then infrastructure, then the public sector reforms. So in all of these, we have meticulously ensured that we have engaged the various Egyptian institutions to see how we can lend, and we can lend hand for both in economic operations, in investment, in infrastructure, in capacity building and education, in healthcare collaboration, in agricultural collaboration, in tourism, in we've met technology, even technology transfers. We even talked about regional cooperation. We and the Islamic institution, Al-Azhar, we are in very good relationship. We have students there.
معالي السفير، أنا أحب أسأل حضرتك عن الطلبة المصري السيراليين اللي عايشين هنا في مصر وبيدرسوا في الأزهر، إزاي هم قادرين يتعايشوا مع الثقافة المصرية؟ هل هم سعداء بوجودهم هنا، قادرين يتعايشوا مع الثقافة بشكل ممتاز؟ الظروف الدراسية هل ملائمة ليهم؟
Well, to be honest with you, the Egypt and Sierra Leone, we have similar traits. 80% Muslims, 20% Christians. It's the same thing in Sieralyon. The type of food we eat is the same. Sieraleonians were very peaceful. If you check on the Egyptian records, the police or internal affairs, you barely find 0% crime rate. And even me, I've visited the Grand Imam so many times. I've visited the leadership of Al-Azhar, and we follow legally and meticulously the set of rules set by Al-Azhar, how we get the students into the country, how we get them on the scholarships, how we get them on the private systems. Even a few days ago, I was with the head of the school institution, and they offered me nice Islamic textbooks, and they have even agreed that they're going to teach me Arabic.
So we're going to
So we're going to organize a session for that. So our students are very happy; they were taken care of. But above all, Sieraleonians were the most peaceful and friendly nation. I can say that with pride.
Of course.
And the records of Egypt can speak. We have zero crime rate. You don't get Sieraleonians involving themselves in anything that is immoral or out of, order. So that is how we're enjoying our relationship here.
ده شيء بالتأكيد يدعو للفخر و I'm very sure that you are very proud of this. معالي السفير، دلوقتي حضرتك سفير دولة سيراليون في 4 دول متواجدين في أفريقيا. أحب أعرف العلاقات القوية ما بين مصر وسيراليون، هل كان ليها تأثير يدعم دور حضرتك الدبلوماسي في المنطقة؟
No, in fact it is helping me, it's boosting. Well, effects can be in either way, but in my case it's affecting positively.
Yeah.
It's affecting.
Can you please explain more?
Yeah, it's affecting positively because I am the ambassador resident here in Cairo, but I cover Sudan, Libya, Chad, and Tunisia. And I have presented my credentials in Tunisia. I've presented my credentials in Chad. Very soon I will present in Libya, and we're looking forward for a peaceful settlement in Sudan. Then I will present my credentials. But whether we like it or not, Egypt is a bigger hub, and it has much diplomatic presence. I've met with all my colleagues who are ambassadors or chargé d'affaires from these various countries, and I make sure most of the common issues of illegal immigrants and the welfare of our citizens that is common in all of these 5 countries that I'm covering, dealing with the IOM, dealing with students and their university and their scholarship issues. These are similar things, and we learn from one experience to another. So Egypt, my presence in Egypt and the experience I'm getting in Egypt, every day human being lives to learn. Okay, don't forget that upon graduation from university, I studied economics. I worked in the private sector for 14 years. Then I became like a governor of a state in our countries by elections. I was there for 9 years. Then I became a deputy minister of transport and aviation in my country for another 3 years. Now I'm ambassador for nearly 3 years, here resident here in Egypt. So I come with a lot of experience in the various faiths.
That explains
and I see Egypt has the potential. You talk to people, they are intelligent, they are friendly, they are willing. So you don't get tired of learning every day. So we are learning every day. So these are the experiences that we share. And Egypt, with all fairness, for which I'm very now happy with the current leadership of Egypt and the people of Egypt, they are now trying to go into the rest of Africa, particularly in the west part of Africa. Because I say to people here that Egyptians in the past, they're focusing only on trade. On trade. That is buy and sell. The buying and selling of goods and services. And no, the modern trend today in the world, Egypt has the potential to go far beyond that. So they have to have the bold step to invest out of Egypt, because there are a lot of things, investments out of Egypt. These are the only things that inject back resources into your country, be it foreign exchange, be it the physical raw material. For instance, Egypt needs a lot of palm oil. They get it from Malaysia, Indonesia, and we are here in Sieralyon, West Africa. We have plenty. So we need Egyptian investors. We go and collaborate. We get a lot of palm oil, and they bring back to Egypt. Egypt needs a lot of wheat. We have arable land because we are in the tropical region. 6 months of rain, 6 months of dry. And we can do that. There are a lot of things with direct investment. Okay, and let me be very, very emphatic here that I like the strategy of President Fattah al-Sisi. If you do not know, for now, he has made a fervent commitment, setting up banks, encouraging them to encourage Egyptians who want to invest to have these amounts at special concession rates, so that, because we all know the value of external injections into any economy. So it's very important for all of us. So Egypt has its potential to grow beyond this. And I think the president is on the right footing. To push it that way. And we will benefit from it because Egypt and Sieralyon has a very good relationship.
Of course.
And there's a lot of Egyptians always going to us in the field of medicine, field of agriculture, in the field of fishing. You have Egyptians going and living in Sieralyon. Some of them are even married there with families. So we know we have that. We have Egyptian Sieraleonian families.
معالي السفير، شكرا لحضرتك انك شرفتني النهارده في البرنامج. معلومات قيمه، واكيد في مستثمرين كتير هيحبوا يستخدموها ونحقق سوا نجاحات في المستقبل ما بين الدولتين. اشكرك.
Thank you very much.